That's very official. Because we're live.
We're live. Welcome, welcome, everyone. I've got to close my Facebook so we don't echo.
Happy Magic Monday, everybody.
Happy Magic Monday!
Just a
Woo!
Magic Monday.
Yeah, I hope Facebook is going to mute that out. Just
No,
another Magic Monday.
because I said magic. That's
I know.
my
That's right.
copyright.
We don't do manic Mondays, do we?
No.
No manic. The magic. So we're super excited, right? So excited with what's happening, all the fun people coming into Walking Between Worlds and the support we're already starting to give them, even though it doesn't officially begin until March. So you and I were talking this morning about, the process of manifestation. And sometimes we can be in this really high mood. We can feel in the flow. And other times clunkiness can come up. So we really wanted to
Mhm.
talk about that today with everyone.
Yeah. And one of the things that, I mean, it's coming to me right here, right now, because my Monday started a little clunky. And typically, Mondays are just always magic. I love the start of a fresh new week. And my Monday started out clunky, not the way that I necessarily intended it to. And it's real life, right? Like that's the humanness of it that still comes up even as we're building our next big vision, even as we're embodying our next level. It can still be part of the process to go into the humanness and be like, wow, I'm really feeling this today. I'm really in the humanness and the muck of it. And so I think we want to just come in here and kind of give some ways to manage it. And one of the first things that comes to my mind is it is not the greatest time to make future decisions when you're feeling blah, right? When you're feeling like definitely in the thick of it, really in the humanness. And this is something that I still practice and I get to practice today. Because there's the part of me when we get out of flow, we tend to feel restriction, right? Even if our matrix isn't necessarily proving that we're restricted, it's easy to find like arguments that we are. And one of the greatest things you can do for your future self is to not make a future decision in a lower, denser space, especially if at one point you really wanted it, right? Like, for example, the first thing that's coming to me is I'm going to go on a retreat at the end of April, beginning of May. And I'm super, super excited about it, especially when I'm like in the flow. And then today I'm like, actually, that feels big and scary. Right now that I'm in my humanness and things are clunky, I'm like, maybe that's too much for me. Maybe that's too much of a commitment. Maybe it's too soon to leave the babies and too much money and all those sorts of things. But because I've been here before and I'm past the self awareness, I can be self aware of that's what's happening. But I also move into the action of not changing my mind, right? Not making a big decision of not going when I'm feeling in the humanness and the clunkiness of life, where I'm relating more to the matrix than my higher self and truth. And when I feel myself relating to the matrix, that is definitely when I do not make changes. Right? That's when I do not make a change or back out of something that I committed to and was excited about when I was in a high frequency, high space.
I love that. I love that. And I would like to bring forward too that when you're in the process of manifesting, when you're in the process of accelerating into um, a higher vibration, what is it? Octave, a higher octave. And that's really what we're talking about here, doing walking between worlds is we're really stepping into a new timeline. And that's what you're talking about here too. And you are talking about taking this opportunity to, we'll be doing that retreat together, and it's an investment and it's time away, and it's all the things that are required in this moment for that kind of a transformation. And what is being pulled up, what is being shown to you in this moment, is that part of you that feels safer um, playing on a smaller court, or that part of you that gets to be healed, right? So that's what the clunkiness is always showing, is like going, okay, going within and discovering, this is my little girl, this is my little girl asking and showing me what aspect of me gets to be loved. So I love that you're saying, don't make decisions, hold off. And then what we taught in Sophia Mystery School was radical self care, and really diving deep. Like, what is this aspect of me, this little girl within me, trying to show me, and what does she need right now? And moving through that process of giving yourself what you need in this moment, releasing the pain, the fear, whatever it is that's coming up, and then moving into where you're actually alchemizing these emotions. So then you can bring in the wholeness of who you are to this next level.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so good. And I think it is amazing how my own experience is mirroring many of those who are considering walking between worlds, right? And naturally. And here's what I think is really special for those of you who are considering walking between worlds and will be stepping in any moment now, is that you have master mentors here, right? You are getting to see that we don't just talk the talk, we walk the walk, right? And I'm giving you a sneak peek that, hey, I still go through the same things, but here's how you lead yourself instead of being led by the emotions, right? Because I could very easily be led by the emotions. I could very easily say, you know what, it's just going to be easier on everyone in the family if I just pass this up and don't have to figure out stuff for the kids and save a chunk of cash. And right, there's lots of ways that could provide me instant gratification, a relief. But here's what I feel is really happening, is that the moment I say yes, right, the moment I said yes, my transformation began to happen. Right. So I'm already in the transformation of it. I'm already feeling that pressure, kind of like when coal turns to diamond. I'm already feeling the pressure of the transformation that comes with that experience, simply by the commitment, simply by saying, okay, I'm ready to see the opportunities that are supporting me and finding solutions to these seemingly human issues of, okay, how do I manage not seeing my babies for 5 days, or those sorts of things. The transformation has already began, and so for me to do anything other than go forward would maybe saying, never mind, I don't want that transformation, never mind, I don't, and then pacifying my comfort with veering off the path that was in my highest good. And this is the same for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you get on top of creating a beautiful soul purpose project in walking between worlds is being guided and supported through that process by us who have mastered being able to see it through, see through visions, see through projects, and reap benefits, results, and outcomes.
Mm. I love that. I love that. That's so good. And I could really feel, and I would love to hear if everyone else felt it, or read it later in the comments. But when you were talking about it would just be easier to stay home, it would be easier on the family, it would save a chunk of cash, right? I felt the contraction. I
Mm.
felt the contraction of it, like denying, and women and mothers have been taught this, like Like the most noble thing you can do for your family is to deny yourself. And that's what I was hearing. That was the energy coming through in those stories, was that contraction. And I'm doing it for other people. I'm doing it for them,
Mm,
right? And
yeah.
so that is such a huge stumbling block for spiritual people, for, I mean, for everybody. I mean, it's definitely a program within the matrix of how you sacrifice yourself, sacrifice what you want for the good of others. And the spiritual laws, that is the opposite of any spiritual law. You know, the spiritual law is more life. And what brings you more life, you know? So it takes you away from your family for a few days, but it brings you more life. It also brings more life to all of your family, to all of your clients. It brings more life to everyone within your field and beyond. People you don't even know that's in your field. It brings them more life.
Yeah, I'm so happy we're having this conversation. I'm already feeling so much better. But here's what else is coming to me is that for this kind of resistance to come up in me, right? Where, yeah, I have resistance, but I'm always going for it, right? The resistance very rarely holds me back. And so, what I'm recognizing here is this level of resistance also reflects the level of transformation coming, right? And it's like the bigger the transformation there is, the more interesting stories I make up, right? Like the more convincing stories my mind comes up with why I shouldn't do it. And now my humanness doesn't see it that way. But as we're like tapped in and tuned in, when we do these Magic Mondays, when you and I talk, we're tapped in and tuned in to infinite intelligence. And it's like dawning on me now that I'm able to step out of just the human and the ego experience. It's like, oh yeah, that's so much of this resistance is coming up because there's such a big transformation that is being offered to me here. And so, because of our dual reality, because of the contrast of planet Earth, there must also be the option for me to choose resistance to experience it. So now I already know I'm like, hey, I'm in today. Let's go. Just let me hold my spot with payment right here, right now, so that I can fully be committed and allow the transformation to be taking place instead of feeling the transformation and that pressure creating the stories that I can then opt into and experience resistance. So I would love to hear if other people can relate to this, right? And actually, you can probably already sense a shift and change in my energy,
Mhm.
right? Like there is like oh yeah, I'm out of the fog of the humanness, and the humanness is so convincing.
It is.
Man.
I love that you say that, because that's what gets in the way of manifestation is I love the way you say it, the fog of humanness, the fog of the matrix, because when those emotions are triggered, it feels so real and it feels so right.
Mm-hmm.
It feels so right. And so it's really important. Oh, look at us. I got mine today too. Uh, it's not really witch's brew. It's just tea today. For Magic Monday, it's just tea today. But no, having somebody to pull you out of that and remind you, you just saw me do it with Megan, right? And Megan and I do this for each other often, often, just to remind each other, right? Because we know how real it feels.
Yeah, yeah. So our invitation is to gift that to yourself as well. See what can change for you over a 3-month period of having people be able to call you forward, to nurture you, to help you see what the humanness doesn't allow us to see,
Yes.
right? The human, like our choice to be in the humanness almost doesn't feel like a choice.
Mhm.
And then it blinds us from big T, from like the real truth. And without the support system of my mentors, without the support system of Michelle being able to haul me forward, remind me of the big T, I can only imagine how many soul evolutionary opportunities I would have said no to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. So, with that, we invite you to book a call. Tori will post our calendar links in the comments below. So, just book a call. Let's talk about what your life can look like, the possibilities in just 90 days when you jump into this high momentum flow with amazing, like minded people.
Yeah. So good. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see who we talk to next. And thank you for everyone who is on our calendars this week. We are very excited to talk with you.
So excited. We will see you there and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye for now.